Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about how to protect the wire harness. And for that, I have our guest, which is.
Hello, I'm Jeremiah Stanand. I'm a project engineer here at ACI Wires. I've been here for about a month and I've really enjoyed my time here.
Thank you so much for being here. I have a couple questions, so let's go on.
Sure.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you explain why is it so important to protect the wire harness from external elements? And what are the potential risks if we neglect this aspect?
It's very important to protect your wire harness against the environmental factors such as moisture, dust, heat, and if you neglect this protection, you can have corrosion, shorts, and wear on your wire harnesses when you don't want them to. Protecting them from the elements allows you to use them in different fields, outdoors and indoor applications, different areas such as agriculture, automotive, automation. So protecting your wires can help the life and reliability of your wire harness.
Great, thank you. Now, there are various methods for protecting wire harnesses. Can you walk us through some of the most common options?
Sure. So we have different options here. We have conduit option, wire loom, heat shrink tubing, braided wire harness protection. So all these factors can help it when you're using it in different environments and different applications, whether small or large.
Thank you. Well, let's move forward.
Sure.
One method we often hear about is using heat shrink, as you already show us, right? Now, how does that method work, and what scenarios or applications it's particularly well suited for?
Yeah, heat shrink tubing is very useful, especially with smaller wires, even individual wires. Can be used splice joints, soldered joints, different connections over any type of conductor. Very flexible, easy to use. You cut it to different lengths and just use a heat gun to heat it and shrink it down to conform around the wire. Very easy to use and allows for flexibility in different areas.
Simple but very informational. Thanks. Now, what's the difference between the split loom and corrugating tubing?
Right, so here's an example of split loom. It's very flexible, keeps wires bundled together nicely and contained and clean. It offers basic protection. Here we have this orange one, which
Yeah, I
is
like the
used in
color.
the electrification and automotive industry. It's orange to signify high power, so that's one of the benefits. You can have the different colors to help out. Like I said, it's keeps it protected from basic elements, but again, very flexible and easy to install. Here we have corrugated tubing, which is a bit more rigid and sturdy, gives a bit more protection to the wire harness. Um, Maybe a little less easier to install, but definitely you get more protection with this corrugated tubing.
What a great explanation. Now, the last question would be about braiding.
Yep.
I see that little body there. Braiding is a term that we often hear at ACI and into the manufacturing world.
Mhm.
Can you explain what wire harness braiding is for, how it enhances the protection, and how is that a recommended choice for the customers?
Right. So braiding uh, is when you put this tight braid over your wire harness, keep bundles contained, keep wires contained, cables nice and sturdy and clean and contained. Offers good protection with the braid over the entire length of whatever is being braided. Protection from moisture, dust, uh, erosion, flexibility. It's very good for keeping it flexible and tight and contained. Good for tight spaces. You see this a lot in the automotive industry as well in car wire harnesses. So yeah, the braiding is good done in here at ACI Wires very quickly. I saw this sample was made up very quickly. So braiding is definitely a good option for some wire harnesses in tight spaces and when you want good durability.
Great. Now, maybe a personal question. Did you do the braiding?
I did not do the braiding, but I
Ah,
would sure like to learn how
all
to.
right. Well, thanks. Thanks for being honest. Well, I think that will be it. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing with
Of
us.
course.
Stay tuned for next Friday. We're going to be talking about a different topic, and it's going to be pretty interesting as well. Have a great weekend, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.